there, second grade. How's everybody doing today? And welcome back to another remote learning math lesson with Mr. NZ. Today, I am joined by my latest Lego creation. This is the Lego Nutcracker. You will notice that his mouth opens and closes thanks to a lever in the back. It's tough to see, but when I raise and lower that, his mouth will raise and lower also. It's that time of the year. Right next to him, he has a little tree and some presents, and he is going to sit on my shelf and do a little math with us today as we continue to practice telling time. So you are going to need your what time is it math mat. You're going to place that right inside your sheet protector. And with a dry erase marker, you are going to be able to practice telling time as you participate in this learning video. So let's get started as I shrink myself into the corner. Today we are going to be doing grade 2, lesson 4.2, telling time to the nearest 5 minutes. And you will need your clock math mat and your sheet protector, and of course your marker. So remember that there are two types of clocks. We have the digital clock. The digital clock has the numbers already on there. We have our hours that come first, we have a colon, and then our minutes come next. So on this clock we have 1:30. Now, we also have another type of a clock, and that's called the analog clock. The analog clock has hands on it that go around and around and around. The hour hand is the smaller of the two hands. The minute hand is the longer of the two hands. And the hour hand points to the big, large numbers that go around from 1 all the way to 12, because they're the hours that we have in a day. The minute hand, that long hand, points to every one of these little tiny tick marks that appears on the outside of our clock. And there's 60 of those tick marks. It goes from 00 all the way to 60 minutes, which takes us to the next hour. So, the analog clock is a little bit tougher for us to read, so we are really going to practice that today. So let's take your sheet protector that has what time is it at the top, and let's practice counting those little tick marks on the outside. Now, we're not going to write down the name of every single tick mark. We're going to count by 5s. So at the very top, I'm going to start with 0, 0. Go ahead and write a 0, 0 above your tick mark at the very top of your clock. That is our starting point. It's like a number line, only our number line is a circle. And then we would have 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, and then we come to 0, 5. Go ahead and write 0, 5 right outside your clock where the number 1 appears. Because when we talk about our minutes, that's the 5th minute of an hour. Now let's keep counting. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Notice we are counting by 5s. 0, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's label 15. That's the 15th minute. Let's keep going. 16, 17, 18, 19. Now we have 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 26, 27, 28, 29. At the very bottom is 30. And we learned that the other day. that when the minute hand points straight to the ground, it's 30 minutes. And then comes 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and when we get to 60, we start all over. We're at 0, 0 again. So let's count by fives as we go around our clock. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and then we are back at the beginning. Awesome job. Now, you don't have to erase all of these counts by 5 on the outside. You can leave them there to help you tell the time. So let's review from yesterday. I have a clock down here on our screen. I want you to write the time that you see in the box at the bottom of your sheet protector. The time is 4 o'clock. Go ahead and write 4 o'clock on your sheet protector. And then I want you to draw the hour hand and the minute hand to make 4 o'clock. Remember, the hour comes first, that's 4, and that long minute hand is at the 00. See if you can make 4 o'clock. Well, when I make 4 o'clock, my hour hand is pointing exactly at the 4, and it's my shorter hand. But my minute hand is pointing to the 00, and that is straight up. Because remember, the 00 minute is right at the top. So I have made 4 o'clock. Notice I didn't put arrows on the ends. My clocks don't have arrows on the ends. That makes it tough for us to read the clock. Let's try another one. Now, you might want to clear off the inside of your clock and leave all of those 5s on the outside. But here's our next one. This time, make for me 7:30. And this is review from the other day. So be careful where you put your hour hand. Even though it says 7, remember, when it's 30 minutes after, we are not pointing directly on the 7. Go ahead and try to make 7:30. Now, when I make 7:30, my hour hand is between the 7 and the 8. It has just passed that 7. And my minute hand is dropped right down on the 30-minute mark. And you might remember that the number 6 is where my 30 minutes are. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes. Awesome job. I want to take you to my clock and just show you some examples of telling time. Right now, on my clock, it's 1 o'clock. But as my minute hand moves, the time changes. It's now 1:05. It's now 1:10, 1:15, 1:20, 1:25, 1:30, 1:35, 1:40, 1:50, 45, 1:50, 1:55, and then we reach 2 o'clock. And the clock continues. 2:05, 2:10, 2:15, 2:20, 2:25, 2:30, 2:35, 2:40, 2:45, 2:50, 2:55, 3 o'clock. Now watch my hour hand as my time moves. As my minute hand moves, so does the hour hand. Notice that it is now in the middle of the 3 and the 4 hours. But watch what happens as my minutes continue to move. My hour hand gets closer to the number 4. Now it is really close to the 4, but it's not 4 o'clock yet. It's 3:55. 3 o'clock, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And then it reaches 4 o'clock. There it is, 4 o'clock. And now it's going to be 5 o'clock. Awesome job. All right, let's go ahead and let's practice telling time on our sheet protector. Our first problem, you are going to see the hour hand and the minute hand. I want you to copy the hour hand and the minute hand exactly where you see it. There it is. Remember, the hour hand is the smaller hand. The minute hand is the bigger hand. We have to tell the time. Well, let's see. My hour is my smaller hand, and my smaller hand has just passed the number 5. So my hour is 5, and then I put my colons. And now I have to count my minutes, and my minute is pointing to the 4. But remember, the minute goes with the tick marks on the outside. So I have to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. So it is 5:20. Write down 5:20 on your sheet protector. So I counted up my hour first. And then I did my minutes. And I got 5:20. Let's try another one. Clear off the inside of your sheet protector. This time, I want you to draw the hour and the minute hands on your clock exactly as you see them. Once you have your hour hand and your minute hand drawn, see if you can tell what hour it is. Remember, the hour is our little hand, and it has just passed whatever hour it is. And look at that. It has just passed the 12. So it is 12 something. Now we have to do our minute hand. And our minute hand is the longer hand. Now the minute hand points to the tick marks. And I have to count by 5s to get to that tick mark. Remember, we always go around the clock counting the numbers in order. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It is 12:35. Remember counting by 5s in first grade? Well, that's why it's so important that we're good at counting by 5s. So this clock is showing 12:35. Awesome job. All right, let's try another. This time, we're going to draw the hour hand and the minute hand on our clock. You're going to see that my clock says 9:40. Go ahead and write that time in the box. 9:40. Now we have to go and draw our hour hand and our minute hand. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to have to draw my hour hand. Now my hour hand says it is 9 o'clock, but it's not really 9 o'clock, it's 9:40. So that 40 is pretty close to 60 minutes. So I'm going to make my hour hand go a little bit past my 9. There it is. I didn't point it directly on the 9. I made it go a little bit past the 9. It's heading toward 10. Now I have to do my minutes. Where is 40 minutes? Let's see if we can count by 5s to get to 40 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and there is my 40 minutes. So my minute hand is going to point to the 8. And it's going to be pretty long because my minute hand has to point to that tick mark. There it is. So we just drew the time 9:40. The hour hand has passed the 9, and the minute hand is on the 40th tick mark. There it is, 9:40. Go ahead and clear off your inside of your clock and try our last one. This time we have 3:10. Go ahead and try and find the drawing for 3:10 and don't get tricked on this one. Make sure you do the hour first and then the tick marks after. Hit the pause button while you try to solve this problem. Do you know that I have a lot of second graders that make 3:10 look like this? This is not correct. It's not right. The hour is pointing to the 3, but this is not 10 minutes. No. Hopefully you didn't put the hour hand there. And if you did put the minute hand there, then Mr. Enzi can read your mind, because a lot of second graders make that mistake. 10 minutes means we have to count the tick marks. 5, 10. So 3:10 would look like that. Remember that the hour hand is the shorter hand, and then the minute hand is our longer hand. Awesome job. Wow. Today we practiced telling time to the nearest 5 minutes. Remember that this sheet protector will serve as great practice for you at home. You can have mom or dad or brother or sister ask you to write some times and then draw the hour hands and the minute hands in the right spots. But right now you're going to have some seesaw practice, and I can't wait to see how smart you are.